So here's where I was parked up for the night. So how cool was that? That's something you don't see every day. And look up the top, 1956 flood level, 9.8 metres. How big was that flood? G'day, Goose here. Join me as I visit a popular camping area in Blanchtown on the mighty Murray River in South Australia. We'll see a rarity as the Murray Princess passes through Lock 1 and the amazing wildlife that Lock 1 attracts. And stay tuned as I put the drone up and you'll see some fantastic vision of the area. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. G'day, Goose here. I'm now at a place called Blanchtown on the Murray River here in South Australia. It's a nice little town. That's the Lock 1. Now here in Australia, the Murray system is all controlled by locks and barrages. There's 15 of them, I believe. There's 13 locks and 2 barrages, and that controls the river system. It holds it back, and it's been going on for the 1920s, so over 100 years these locks have been put in, and the river water was held back for transportation mainly. Google it, you'll see what I'm talking about. The barges that used to use the Murray to transport whatever anyone needed. But right now, as I said, decided to stay here for a night and see what happens. It's not the best spot for me, because see these yellow boys just out here, that's what they call the restriction line, and I'm not allowed to fish, swim, or virtually do anything in the water this side of the restriction line. And of course, where you're not looking for it, right behind that tree there, that's what the sign says it all. So I didn't see that sign when I pulled up, but now I know all about it. It just jogged the memory. But will I do some fishing? Yeah, probably will. But if not, there's a guy just further up, just up there. There's a guy who looks like he's only staying for a day tripper. But for now, I'm at Blanchtown. Probably throw some rods in here, do all the rules, and see if I can catch some fish. So here's where I was parked up for the night. As I said, you can see the lock in the distance and the town of Blanchtown on the other side of the river. Great little spot, surprisingly quite peaceful. I did have a caravan here with me last night, but they left at some ungodly hour this morning. I know I got up at 7:30 and they were gone. But here's where I am. Great little spot. Unfortunately, a bit of rubbish left around by previous campers. And to be honest, the lock noise didn't really bother me, the water going over the lock. And with the main highway just there, hardly heard trucks going over. So considering, it was actually quite enjoyable. Now this is a first for me. On all my years travelling around on the Murray River and camping, etc., I've never ever seen the Murray Princess go through a lock. In all my times I've seen it going past many times. I've seen it dock. I've lived across from where it's docked, but I've never actually seen it go through the lock. So now we're going to see the lock in progress for the biggest, I won't say boat, the biggest ship on the Murray. I'd say it's ready to go. I can see the front gates are slowly opening, so it's full, it's up to the level, and out comes the Murray Princess now as we speak. The pedal's going, and these two tender boats, they'll just sit here and wait. Once the Murray Princess come out, they'll go back over and tie up. And out she comes. Now that's taken almost 20 minutes from the lower reaches to the upper reach of the lock. So we get away from everybody. Oh, one thing I have noticed is on the Murray Princess at the moment, there's usually a chimney that stands upright. They actually have to lower it going under this bridge. So how cool was that? That's something you don't see every day. And to be honest, in all my time along the Murray, I've never actually seen the Murray Princess go through a lock and how long it takes to get through. So it's nice to go for a bit of a stroll here in Blanchtown. I might try and get myself over there, on the other side of town, across the river. But you can see where I parked up. There's also plenty of people here at the moment. Here down doing a bit of fishing. As you can see, there's some nice little spots. Now I'll take my head off the camera for a minute, because when it's sunny I always look for snakes, so I'd rather look for snakes and have my head on the video. So you can see there's a few people around. We're going to probably walk over the bridge and head away in the Blanchtown. So I'll get the steps up. As I said in the previous video, you get a bit fat and gain a bit of weight when you're just driving around all the time. So I've had to start getting some steps up, and I'm just putting a bit too much weight on. It's a hard life. So we're coming up to the bridge from where we were camped up, and as you can see, looking underneath, there's two bridges, the old ones this side, the new ones on the other side, just over there. So what we're going to do is just over here, there's some there's a way to walk up to the top, so we'll head over there. And here's the path that leads up. And over there in the distance is the Blanchtown, or the Blanchtown backwaters. I pulled out some monster carp around the 8 kilo, 20 pound mark in there. Absolutely fantastic fishing over there. Bit of a slog to get in there. Shallow, but in the summer months, and there's water there, it's well worth to put some light line on a fishing rod and go fishing. They're absolutely fantastic fun. So here we are on top of the old bridge. There's the new one over there. The view's fantastic. Have a look at that. It's not a bad little walk. A lot of people just down here. It's where they got the bit of a park bench, the old ferry landing over there. They stopped the ferry in the early 60s when they built the bridge. I'm not quite sure if they had one or two ferries, but by looking at that, they might have had two, because there's actually two areas that go down to the water. Both boat ramps they use them for now. Yeah, bit of a park up here. Someone passed away, 20 years old. I wonder if he jumped off the bridge. Never heard. Let's have a look. That's might want to have a Google. And you've got a bit of a lookout too. If you're coming off the main drag, off the Sturt Highway here, there is a little bit of a bay here. Looks like someone spent the night here last night maybe, or they've stopped for lunch. When you come in and just sit back and check out what's around, information, some board, etc, etc. And there's all the information regarding the bridge, what it was made from. And you would have thought that back then when they built this bridge would have been the 60s. It cost £510,000. Unbelievable. Any more? There's the engineers, etc, etc, etc. And the built was it was opened April 1964. £500,000. That's cheap. Absolutely cheap compared to some of the in today's value. That would cost about 500 million. Okay, so we have got steps going down. Oh. This is giving the knees a good workout. You might hear a bit of a sniffle now and again. Bloody hay fever. I guess he forgot to take the hay fever tablets today. So we'll continue down after a brief stop to clear the head of a bit of hay fever. Give the nose a good blow. You don't want to see that. So this is an idea. This was here. Fantastic. It's going to take me time. That's going to save about 1 kilometre off the walk, but I've got some stair climbing to do later. I'm going to say that might be one ferry landing there. Of course, they've got a nice barbecue area here. There's a few people here yesterday having a fish. But yeah, if you look on the other side, you can actually see both ferry landings. So there must be 2 ferry landings here. On the other side, one's over there, there still is a boat ramp, and the other one on the other side, that willow tree where that caravan is. There's the old remnants of the old ferry landing there as well. So I did have 2 ferry landings. But look at that. And it gets pretty popular on here as well. Just up here, there's a group of guys fishing. I don't know, function they're monitoring from a fishing club, could be. Not sure. But with the amount of rods they've got all set up, probably a fishing club's come down for the day. They usually come around the river, fishing clubs, and do a bit of fishing. And up here you can see the, I don't know if you can see through the trees, but you can see the height difference between the upper and lower, below Lock 1. Now, have a look across the river. Have a look at the birds. Now across the other river you got all the shags, all black shags. All the black little dots you see are shags, all sitting on top of the all on top of the lock, and all on the other side of the river. You can see all the white marks, all the shit marks over there. But have a look, and the pelicans, hundreds of pelicans. Now there's a big group sitting on the other side as well, but look at them all in the water, just waiting for the fish to come over the lock. Now the lock's flowing nicely, but the pelicans are sitting there waiting for the fish to come over the lock, and they'll grab as they come through. But hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shags and pelicans, so they all know where a feed is, all coming over the lock. And then as I speak, there's more further down. There's a guy over there fishing there. I reckon some of the best fishing spots are just down from the lock. But there's a guy over there fishing. Don't know how he got in there, so I've got no idea. Let's see if we can get in. Well, the gate's open, so we might be able to go in. Let's just have a look. Oh, we know one thing, the toilets are out of order. And also there's a caravan park down there, down that way. There's a caravan park. They're starting to do it up again, and also your dump point, and there's a reserve down that way further where you can empty your toilets and get a bit of water, a bit of a picnic ground, reserve. Sit back and relax. I didn't tell you, but I reckon if you probably stayed there for a night, didn't unhook or anything, or if you're in a motorhome, just parked, I don't think anyone would bother if you went down by the dump point and plonked your bum. I can now see how that guy got across the other side, because normally it's pretty hard. He's got a tinny next to him, so he's probably gone along his tinny. Look at all the shags here. The old buildings of the lock. And there you can see roughly where all the locks are. They must have a fishway on this lock, so that's good. And here's where we are here. Just here. That's where we are. And this lock was built in this is the centenary. So this lock was built in, I'd say the centenary, that's 100 years. So this lock here must be built in 1915, when they first started to build this lock, laying the foundation stone. There you go. Yeah, it says it right there, 1915. It's when they started this lock. And it's good to go for a wander through because they do encourage you to come down and check out and have a look at the locks. They've got seating along here somewhere. I did see a seat there. It is up there further. Got seating etc. there where you can come down and just enjoy it. They've got the 56 flood up there. 300,000 millilitres was flowing through a day. At the moment it's only 10,000 millilitres. So that's just imagine how much water. As I said, the flood we just had was just short of the 56 mark. Well, I've been looking for it while I was walking around the lock area, and it was right under my nose. Check this out. This is the flood level gauge. Have a look at that. Now as I go up, you can see the 2023 flood, the one we just had. Now that's 7.5 metres. And look up the top, 1956 flood level, 9.8 metres. How big was that flood? Honestly, I wasn't even born then. My grandparents told me all about it, how big it was. I was here for the 90s. I was actually in the Riverland for the 1974 flood when I was young. The 2023. Check that out. Up there. That's what we just had the last 2 years ago. Unbelievable. And here's, as I said, the more you look around this place, the more you can see things. Here's more information about the weird lock. Now, it took them 7 years. 7 years to complete this lock. Now, the first brick was laid in 1915, and it was finished in 1922. So it took them 7 years to make it. They didn't have. It was all horse and cart stuff from that. Probably dug everything out from the land around us. 274 kilometres from the mouth, and a pool height above sea level of 3.2 metres. Now that's on the other side of the lock. Lock 1, Blanchtown. Must come and have a look. Well, after walking most this way, I did see something that's caught my attention. I know it's here, and it's time. Frothy time. So I'm going to the Blanchtown pub and grab a beer. I'll show you when I get there. I can't talk and walk, climb up a bloody hill. So after the long hike from camp to the lock, the Blanchtown pub is only 50 metres away. Tempting it was. A mid-afternoon frothy at the Blanchtown pub. Absolutely great views. This is what I'm looking at. I'll spin it around. Overlooking the river. Sitting outside. It's not too bad of a day. It's Blanchtown pub. So if you're in Blanchtown, stop and have a look. It's only a small place. They've got a nice outdoor area where you can just sit back and enjoy what you want. I believe they do meals as well. Didn't look at the price, but they do meals. I think they've got a TAB in here as well, so you can have a bit of a gamble. But yeah, nice little pub, Blanchtown pub, here on the Murray River in South Australia. So when you come to these country towns, you always find something quirky. Check this out. I don't know what type of car it is. It's like an old Holden of some type, and a Holden Ute, twin cab Ute, but he's covered the whole thing in grass. How cool is that? Great advertisement. Honestly, if a guy's wanting to do that and go to Australia, I'll give him a plug. Absolutely fantastic the way he's done it. And I'm not quite sure what type of car it is, but it's got a Holden badge on the front of it, so I'd say it's an old Holden Ute of some type. Tray top. It's always something you find in country towns. Well, they say what goes up is going to come down. Well, in this situation, it's up there. What comes down, it's got to go up. So I've got to climb those stairs now to get back to the road. Follow me and watch me suffer. Okay, here we go. See if we can get up there without breaking a leg or doing some damage. Especially when you've had a lunchtime frothy under the belt. Oh, and these steps are big. Having a bung knee doesn't help. To the top it is. Oh, that hurts. At least I lived. Well, that's another video done and dusted. I hope you like it, and don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. So stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.